Hey guys, Doc, this is perfect. I don't know any other way to say it. I'm even impressed with my own lawn. This is perfect. Today we're going to do a couple things. This is just kind of a relaxing video. I don't have any agenda today. I'm going to show you the lawn, which looks so good right now, surprisingly, because of all the cold weather we've had. I'll give you some tips. I'll tell you what we're doing on our lawn, give you some resources. We're going to do some testing on the dirt booster product because a couple people we threw it into a spreader for the first time, so I'll go ahead and we'll do some calculations people wanted to know. I'm going to show you some grass seeds and talk to you some of the stuff that I'm planning for the beach house. We got to put in a whole new lawn down there, an irrigation system. So I'll show you some seeds. I'll do a couple different things, just kind of relaxing video. Hold on. Chipmunk. You hear that chipmunk? Where is he? No, chipmunks are not in the pool. He's over there. He's in the woods. Chipmunk in the woods. So the green looks really good too. I didn't show it to you. Oh, there must be a frog in the pool. Yes, there's a frog in the pool. I didn't show it to you guys, but last week my son and I came out here, and we did a full sanding with the leveling mix that we had, and we did a reseed on this. Kind of still hasn't germinated, but man, it was solid brown last week. Now it's just popping back up gorgeous. Now I'm having to do some sprinkler repairs. There's a frog swimming towards her. Leave it alone. They taste bad. Leave it. No, leave it. The opportunity to kill something. Jack Russell is just like, oh, this is great. Leave it alone. Anyways, we had a couple leaks in the irrigation system, so Jared came out and helped us fix that. So I'm kind of replacing heads back here. We initially put in 6 heads around this green, just so we could keep it during the summertime, keep it cool. And I shut down 2 of those heads. It was just too many and the pressure wasn't good enough. So this is actually cut to 1/2 inch as well. You can see my little pavers. Let me get some of the dew off there for you. Look at that. Gorgeous. I'm telling you, I am just so happy with this lawn this year. And I think one of the things that has helped my lawn probably the most has been getting the soil test and doing the correction with the PGF balanced. Of course, we were low on phosphorus. And I really think that my grass is the thickest and tightest that it's been in years. And I really think it's from the PGF balance. Again, you only use it if you're low on phosphorus. We are doing a lot of cutting. We are cutting down to 1/2 inch. And we're doing a golf course cut. And what is that? That is when you basically come out here and cut every 24 to 48 hours. We're just cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting right now. It's almost time for some growth regulator, to be honest. We use the granular growth regulator. But man, you got to see this front yard. There isn't another yard like this in town. I swear to you, I have probably 2 or 3 people pull into my driveway last week and say, what are you using on your lawn? All right, so there's the front. That looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's just shocking. Besides that one repair spot. I mean, it is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let me go over a couple things with you real quick that I think are pretty cool. So you see this right here? This is actually a wireless solar powered security camera. But and this one's pretty cheap. With this one, you can actually control it with your phone. So you can go up and down and side to side. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna mount this hopefully right at the peak of the house. And so what I'll be able to do is while I'm down at the beach house, Orion will be here taking care of the yard and cutting the grass and doing all the watering and all that kind of stuff. So I'll actually be able to shoot videos back here while I'm not here and update you guys on this lawn while we're working down there. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go over invisible window screening. That's something I had a real education on. So I ended up talking to a company and got some real good information about the different types of screening because we wanted a real see-through product. So I'll tell you about that. I'm going to talk to you about hurricane-proof shingles. I actually got on the phone with the rep from the company and had a good discussion about the types of shingles we should use down there. They have 130 mile an hour plus wind rating. I'll show you that. They're already on the house. What else we got to do? Real important is an under sink, a fantastic self-install under sink water filtration system. I'm going to do that video here in a couple days. I ordered one for the beach house and I was so impressed with it that I ended up ordering another one for the house here. You're not going to want to miss that video. That's really cool. So anyways, a bunch of stuff going on. Okay, so before the sun comes up and it gets really bright, let me talk to you about some of the key tips that we've done this year. Number one, soil test. If you haven't gotten a soil test, don't freak out. I use Clemson. I've done videos on how to do your soil test. Get a soil test because you may have a deficiency that needs to be corrected. All of our lawns in this whole area are low on phosphorus, so we've implemented what we've done is we've cut back on our PGF Complete and we've started to do PGF Balanced, which is a fast release high phosphorus, and it really has helped our lawn. That's number one. Number two, what's the other thing? We're taking care of our soil as much as we're taking care of our lawn. If you have great soil, you'll have a great lawn. That's it. The same thing with your gardens, the same thing with your flowers. If you have really good soil, you'll have a much better crop, and our lawn is a crop, regardless of how you look at it. I'm really stressing this year, of course, biochar through the addition of humichar, and we're going to start. Yesterday I did a video about putting down the cheap organic fertilizer, organic material, and understanding soil microbes and soil fungus. Well, that video generated a lot of questions about application rates. Well, to be honest, most of you can use the chicken feed. It's cheap. Some of you with smaller lawns asked about the dirt booster, more questions about that. The problem is that dirt booster isn't cheap. It comes in a 20-pound bag, but it's all in one. So it has humichar, it has the organic matter, and it has a booster pack inside of it. So it's convenient. So if you have a smaller lawn, yes, you can use the dirt booster. Today, what I figured I'd do is I'd throw it into a spreader and calculate it. I'm guessing 4,000 to 5,000 square feet a 20-pound bag will cover. And like I said, it's mainly for convenience. It's not about cost. Oh, hey Doc, what's in the big box? What's in the big box? So, like I said, let's talk about the seed first and what we're doing down the beach house. We did a overseed of annual ryegrass, and it's pretty much trash down there. There's no irrigation, construction crews, so that lawn is pretty much hagged out. So we're going to go down there. I've got a scarifier that I bought down there. I'll use a scarifier. I'm going to order some of this leveling mix. We're going to seed, put leveling mix down on it, and I'm just going to play around. I'm probably going to do on the front, I'm going to do a mix of zoysia and Bermuda, because I really don't know what's going to take well down there. I don't know yet. So for the first year, I'll probably just play around. In the back, I'm thinking I might want to do a bent grass. I may want to do, I've got some extra bent, but it probably really needs a fescue because it doesn't get a lot of sun. But let me just show you. Now I did order this. I'm going to use half of this for the fairway project over here, and then I'll take the other half down to the other place. This is Arden 15 Bermuda grass. Again, it's tiny, tiny, tiny seeds. So I've got my Bermuda grass. I ordered an extra bag of this special creeping bent, and it looks like talcum powder. That's how fine that stuff is. So we've been using that on the green, and I may put this out back. Man, it'd be really cool to have a nice short grass in the backyard. Then I've got some zoysia, Zenith zoysia. So we're going to seed with the zoysia. I've actually got 2 or 3 bags of this stuff because it's probably, I'm guessing maybe only 50-60% germination rate down there. We'll see how that goes. But On the front, like I said, I think we're going to do a combination of the zoysia and Bermuda and see what ends up taking down there, because it's really weird, the soil down there. I do have a shallow well pump down at the house, which is nice, that I can use for my irrigation, because they're very limited and restricted on water usage down there. So I've got my own shallow well pump, so I've got to figure out an irrigation system. Like I said, we're going to scarify the whole lawn, we're going to seed, and then we're going to put down lots of humichar down there because it's real sandy. We're going to put down a ton of humichar. Then we're going to put down the leveling mix and just kind of see what grows. This is kind of funny though. So these are some of my backup plants that I have left. Peppers and tomatoes, and I don't know what. I guess I'll try and find someone to give because I have too many now. But this is kind of cool over here. Here's a funny story. Do you know what this is? I bet you no one can identify that. Go on. What is it? What is it? Those. I think I was on Facebook one night and I saw this stupid, like, I don't know if it's from China or whatever, pampas grass. And instead of having white flowers, it has pink flowers. So I ordered it when it came in from my drug enforcement days back in the Marine Corps. It looked like little packs of cocaine. It was just this little squares, like 1 by 1 squares with this powder inside of it. And I was like, this is seed? So I didn't think it was going to grow, so I sprinkled it in a couple trays, and finally it started to grow up and look like hairs. It was really fine, and it kept growing and kept growing, and then I transplanted it into these right here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them down to the beach house and plant them along. There's 2 sides that I want to plant them on, but no one else will have pink pampas grass down there. I'll be the only one. I'll have everyone going, oh, where'd you get your pink pampas grass? It's really funny story. Hey guys, so let me explain. It's a little bit difficult to comprehend this, but Dirt Booster has extremely fine organic flakes in it. But you also have round particles that are humichar. So you want to set your spreader on the largest possible piece that might go through it, because you want your spreader on a very light setting, but you don't want anything stuck in your spreader. So you have to set your spreader opening to the biggest piece of humichar that you see in the bag. Does that make sense? Which is usually just over maybe 1/8 of an inch. So let me grab the camera and show you where I've got mine set. Okay, so I think you can see I've got mine, 3/16, just about on the opening. And if I could go a little bit less, I might, but that's what we want. So the biggest piece of humichar will not get stuck in there. And that's the way that you put this out. You're going to put it out at a light rate. And I think we have an area marked off over here that we paste off across the street. We marked it off with pine cones on the back, and it's right at 4,300 square feet. And I think we'll be able to do that plus a little bit more. I'm hoping we can hit maybe 5,000. We'll see. All right, so this is a 20-pound bag of the Dirt Booster. I'm just gonna cut it from the bottom. And you'll notice that it actually comes with a recharge pack. So it has everything. It has your fungus and microbes already here that you mix up and spray on it afterwards. And then this is the actual product. That is the actual product. So that is the actual Dirt Booster. Has molasses particles, has corn concentrate, and the humichar. And that's 4,300 square feet. So this last pine cone, what did I say, 43 or 4,800? 4,300. You can see our high-tech measuring system. We grabbed a bunch of pine cones, this area, this whole area in here, right to this last pine cone, is 4,300 square feet. And we've still got enough. So let's keep going. Let's just keep going and then we'll add it to the total. So that's all done. So basically, at a light setting, we were able to cover 5,000 square feet with that 120-pound bag. Would I put more than that? Sure, you could double that if you want to. But that's, for convenience setting, if you wanted to dump it out here once a week for a while, you could. 5,000 square feet per bag, generally. No, I don't want the pine cones. Just throw them in the bush or something. Man, that looks amazing. That's 1/2 inch, and it's so thick, you cannot see any dirt, period. Look at that. Look how thick that is. It's almost spongy. She's obsessed with a chipmunk or something behind the shed. I've had to block off that side so she can't get to it. So the answer for you guys that asked about using Dirt Booster in a spreader, the answer is yes, you can use it. If you got a small yard, it'll cover about 5,000 square feet. You can put it down every week if you want. It's just a great self-made stuff. For you other guys, my front lawn is about 5,000 to 6,000 square feet, and I put down a whole 50-pound bag. Someone was asking, how much am I putting down? I put down a whole 50-pound bag. We put it down real heavy on that 5,000 square feet out there. So to get this lawn the way it's going, we really have worked on our soil. Yes, we've been feeding it and feeding it and feeding it and making adjustments, but we've really concentrated on improving our soil. Humichar, the microbes packs, adding organic matter. We've been doing that for 2 years now, and that really has done well. Now that's how I like to see my Bermuda. Nice, tight, short, thick. You can roll a golf ball across it. If you have Bermuda like that, you've got perfect Bermuda. Anyways, guys, lots of stuff coming up. Hit that subscribe button, wherever it is. And I'll link to all the products below. Duck.